Now, if you are a student and you are watching me now, you might be wondering, how would I transform my grades? I've been getting a C or a D and I wish to get an A and I don't know how to do it. So in this video, I'll be giving you steps on how to do that, and also I'll be sharing with you a little bit of story on how I transform my grade also. And I transform my grade from a student that have been scoring C's and D's to a kind of student that started having A's and B's. So I want you to please stick to this video and go along with me as I share with you the points. Welcome back. This is Abayomi Zone, and on this channel I post in videos on how students can improve their grades. So you can do well to subscribe to this channel to get more videos on how you can be a better student, and also like this video, also give a thumbs up to this video. So now let's go straight to the point now, how I transform my grades. Now when I entered in the okay, let me start from this point now. I was in a pre-degree, OAU pre-degree, a remedial class for a newly graduated secondary school student. So I registered in a pre-degree program, and there was a first contact. We have a first contact and a second contact. So when I went through the first contacts, the grades I got was not pleasing at all, because they were bad, like bad. So I met with a couple of friends, and even they gave us certain requirements that, okay, in JAMB you must have 200, you must have 60 in your pre-degree. And I was wondering that how would I even have a 60, because I've never gotten that kind of grade in my entire life as at that point in time. So I tried my best, I tried all I could do and everything, and at the end of the contacts I ended up having 49 I think, and the pass mark was 60. So because on my own part, I've done a lot of things. I thought I put so much effort, but I didn't, because when the result came out, it was bad. It was way below the cutoff mark. So I met a friend, and he kind of puts me through and all sorts, and I actually learned from my mistakes, from how I did in the first contact, and I improved in the second contact, and I actually ended up having a 64. So on getting to the university, although I've known every other things that I need to do, I've known some from tactics of OAU lecturers. So I got to part 1, although I had grades it was not that good, but it was better. So I was on 2-1 in my part 1. So when I got to part 2 or more, the grades went down, because the whole complexion changed. We had to do essay exams. We switched from OBJ to essay exams, and there were a lot of things that I didn't know about when it comes to answering essay exams in OAU. So when my first semester 200 level came out, it was not that, because I had C's in my economics courses. I had C's, and I was like, why? Because I thought I've read the whole book, I've put a lot of effort, but still I had a C. So the second semester, the same thing also. So I consulted some of my friends, and they told me some things that I'll be telling you now on this video, and you can use it and use to transform your grades and leave the stage of having, you might be a student now that you are watching me now. you might be any other person that you've been having C's, you've been having D's, you've been having E's, and you don't even know how to go about it, and step up your ladder and start having A's and B's like any other student. So when I got to 300 level, that was when the story changed, because I literally transformed my grades and I stepped up my game. So I had B's and A's in my ECN courses, in my economics courses, and it was really amazing because there are certain things that I did then that I didn't do in my 200 level. So now, how you can do that, I'll be giving you like 3 steps on how you can do that and what I did. Number 1 is stop procrastination. Now, you might be a student now and you are watching me now, and you might want to do your assignments, you might want to read for that test, you might want to read for that exam, because although it is not good for you to read like 3 days or 4 days to your exam, it's better to read way before your exams. So you might want to read way before now, and you might feel, oh, the exam is still in few months time, I don't need to read it now. I'm telling you now that you should start now. Do not procrastinate. What's the worst thing that could happen? Just start now, because when you procrastinate, there are consequences, and even some people do even know the consequences of procrastinating, but still they end up doing it. Why? Because they are afraid of failure. They might be afraid that, oh, instead of failing, why should I do it now? Or they might feel, oh, the task is still very far, and it's still far. There is nothing. Let me just wait till maybe 3 days or 4 days to my exam. Let me just read, because there's a danger on that. So it's very important to read way before, and do not procrastinate. Do it now. Do that assignment now. Start reading for that exam now, even if it is 3 or 4 months time. So the next point that I'll be sharing with you is have a growth mindset. Now, I've shared a video on that, on how students can change their mindset as a student. You can check it on the card above, because I shared a little bit of things about that. So now, how you can change your mindset as a student. Change your mindset. Now, what I mean by that is that in any of your courses that you might be offering now, there might be courses in which you face challenges with, and you tend to run away from that course, and in the long run it has a big effect on your grades, and that is what is hindering it from upgrading. Like you've been trapped in that circle of C's and D's, and you cannot know how you can upgrade to an A student. Now, one thing you can do, if you have any course that have been challenging so far, and there are some students that they have fixed mindset and they feel, oh, this is me, there is nothing I can do, oh, there is nothing I can do, I'm dumb, oh, I can't do better, let me just do what I can do and have my D and go. But that is a very bad idea, because you can actually transform your grades and have better grades than you do now. So the first thing on how you can develop a growth mindset is to put effort, put much, even if that course you are doing now is very difficult. Put more effort, put more energy, and focus on that thing, because when you focus and you put more effort and you learn better, that is when you kind of stretch yourself. That's what I mean. You stretch yourself, because if you do not stretch yourself and you are trapped in that phase of, oh, I don't know it, you will not change your grade. I'm telling you, you will not transform that grade. So it's very important to put effort on any subject you might be having challenges with. Put more effort, train yourself with, that is, learn certain things that you need to do, and be focused, because you can't do anything without you being focused. although I've talked a whole thing about it in another video above. You can check it on how you can increase your attention span. And I also talked about CAT, which is the concentration part on my video, so you can check it on how you can improve your ability to focus well. So that is one thing about growth mindset. Be focused, put more effort on any difficult tasks you might be passing through, and I know that you would, at the end, you'll be able to stretch yourself, and that difficult mathematics, that difficult course that has not been helping you to leave that grade that you've capacitated yourself into, then if you do every other step that I've said about mindset, you'll be able to improve your grades. Now the next thing is discipline. Now discipline, there is no material success you want to achieve without discipline. There is nothing you can achieve without discipline, and discipline comes like this. At a point you might be motivated to do something, but motivation cannot keep you. Motivation cannot keep you to do something until you develop a certain amount of discipline. Discipline is when you don't feel like doing it, you just have to do it. Although at times I might be sleeping in my room, or maybe I might be sleeping in the night, and I needed to wake up in the midnight to study, like to just do some other things in the morning, maybe around 4 o'clock. So at that point, it is normal, your body will reject it. Oh, I might just feel reluctant to stand up and read, but then you just have to force yourself. That is when discipline comes in. You have to force yourself to do certain things that you are not comfortable of doing. That is discipline. The act of doing things that you are not comfortable of doing, that is discipline. So you have to train your body to be disciplined, and it is when you are disciplined that you'll be able to transform your grade. Now take for example, if you need to transform your grade and leave that circle of C's and D's that you'll be having, and you want to have A's, I'm telling you, to get A is not easy. It's not an easy peasy thing. You have to put in the work, and for you to put in the work, you have to be disciplined, because now you need to study for maybe in the midnight. You need to study in the midnight. You need to study maybe a certain amount of time, and if you are not disciplined, you will not do it. So it is very important to be disciplined. Even if you don't feel like doing it, do it, because as you are watching me now, you might be motivated enough from what I'm saying, but I'm telling you, motivation will diminish, and one thing that can keep you is discipline. So you must be very disciplined and do that. So I hope with everything I've said, stop procrastinating, develop a growth mindset, and be disciplined. If you can do that, I'm very sure that you'll be able to transform your grade and leave that box of F's and C's and upgrade your grades to A's. You keep having A's, you keep having B's. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I appreciate that. If you got value or anything that you've learned something from this video, I want you to give this video a thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. So thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.